PopSocket makes two different kinds of car mounts. They're both car vent mounts. One of them is the PopMount, the other one is the PopMount 2. Now they both attach in exactly the same way. They have this heavy pronged rubbery material that has a fairly wide slot here for thicker louvers and a really skinny slot here for thin louvers. And they both press on exactly the same way. My Toyota Tacoma, I have thick louvers, so I'm going to press it on like that. And again, this one goes on exactly the same way. Now they do not really have any ball adjustment that rotates, like it doesn't rotate on a ball, but you can twist it. Now if I hold my louvers in place, you'll see I can twist it like this. And ditto on this, though this has more of a ratcheting. I don't know if you can quite hear that, but there's positional as I move it around. I'm going to call this PopMount 1, even though PopSocket calls it just the PopMount. And then they call this one the PopMount 2, maybe because this one came first and they had to call it something. This one is, the PopMount 1, is a MagSafe compatible, and it is designed to take the PopGrip, which fits on the back, magnetically attaches to the back of your iPhone 12 or 13. I have a MagSafe, Apple MagSafe silicone case on my iPhone 12 Pro in this case. The pop top pops out, but you don't need to do that when you use this mount. You simply, the pop top fits in this recess and attaches like that. Now, in fact, with this particular pop mount, I don't even have to have the pop grip on here. I can take it off and will also hold the phone without it. Now, the difference between this and this over here is that it requires you to have the pop grip on it or the pop wallet. And they both have this pull-out pop top that you can slip your fingers in between. This is kind of the classic design all the way back from the adhesive days, which they still make. But now I'm just not a real fan of adhesives. I'm just not. So what I prefer is the MagSafe type pop wallet. So when you put it on the Pop Wallet 2, it just hangs like that. And ditto, if you take this off and put on the Pop Grip, it's got a really strong magnet, so it's actually kind of difficult to turn and twist, which is a good thing. And you pull out the pop top and hang it like that. When I put these on the louvers, what I try to do on mine at least, if I spin them 180, they will flop all the way down so I can close them. So if I spin it 180 the other direction, they lock in place. And that's the position that I definitely want to use on both of these so that there is no downward movement when I put on my phone. Now, the one thing I don't like about the PopSocket 1, the one that actually has the MagSafe capability, is the fact that it will not work with the Pop Wallet. And I'm not sure why that is. It's actually built to use the Pop Grip. Fits in there perfectly. It's almost exactly the same shape. Voila. But when you put on the Pop Wallet, the disc fits in there, but there's no magnet to hold this on, so it can't be used. So that's the bottom line. If you want to use this particular pop mount, then you have to use it with either the Pop Grip or without the Pop Grip, and you can use it like that. With the PopMount 2, you can use that with either. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of wiggling here. This one isn't quite as stable. It doesn't quite hold itself because it's really just hanging in this cradle right here. It's not being held really tightly, so you get a little bit of movement this way and you get a little bit of movement this way. When you use the PopMount 1, it's much sturdier. It doesn't have as much movement this way and not as much to the side as well. In order to change the angle to make it face closer to you or further away, you really just have to slide it on the vent. Now, in my experience, these seem to hold pretty well, but it's something that you need to adjust every once in a while. In other words, you need to push it back in every once in a while just to make sure that it's on there really well. Another thing that I discovered accidentally, and I don't think this is supposed to happen, that when I pulled it off, I see it start to pull away like this. And now you can see pretty clearly how this thing is put together. Anyway, it does go back on, but I would recommend that when you do pull it off the vent that you pull it off, kind of put your fingers behind this and pull it off so that you don't pull the metal part out of this hard rubber area that slides onto your vent louvers. Well, which one should you buy? If you always have a Pop Wallet or Pop Grip on your phone, then it probably makes sense to stay with this particular mount because you just come in here, hang it on the cradle, and you're ready to go. If you're someone that does not carry a Pop Wallet or a Pop Grip on your phone, you can use this just as a really strong MagSafe car vent mount and just forget about PopSocket stuff altogether and just slap your phone on there and it holds it really well.